The SEC has screwed us again. Wait until you hear this BS, HBAR fans. We'll also talk XRP news, along with the replacement for Jerome Powell. You've heard this name before on this channel. And the Clarity Act passed the subcommittee with overwhelming support from the Dems and the Republicans. All that and more.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
So where do you go for the hottest and latest news? Well, I mean, I hope it's here, but if you go somewhere else, no shame in that game. But before we get into the crypto news like HBAR ETF, XRP action, we do your comments. Why? Because you, the viewer, you're the most important person. That's why I do the channel. Jeremy Touche, channel member, says, someone say silver. It's like the bat signal going off. We're all happy, aren't we, silver stackers? Doesn't matter if it's solid or scrap. I melt that stuff. Dude, I love it. Yeah, silver fans, where you at? Comment down below. Alan McMaster says, facts, brother. Let's see how it unfolds. About to hit the gym. I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for your perspective. It's important to scroll out on the markets and get a good view. Yeah, we're going to scroll out, but we're also going to zoom in and we're going to dive into some nitty gritty. The SEC bending us over. Did you bring your lube to today's video? I hope so. Mark Balls, love the name, says, Klaus, June 11th is the deadline for the Canary Capital HBAR ETP and NASDAQ 19B to offer Canary HBAR. Can we see status? By the way, you're my only channel. Well, thank you, Mark Balls, and I love the name. Bitcoin getting close to the 110,000 mark. E2763 deep in the green. Hype is moving. I'll pass on that action. XRP at 238 at 71 cents. Sold 164. By the way, check out the Sol chart. Look at this right here. Sol just starting to move, everyone. We're going to talk a little bit of price action at the end, but first, players are taking profits on Circle. I'm not chasing it. I know what my price target is. If I have to wait weeks or months, I'm going to do it. But players are taking profits. Not freaking out on this at all. It makes sense. I mean, when you get Circle going up to 130 bucks, what do you expect? I mean, this is just going to happen. All right, U.S. House Committee proposes a crypto market bill potentially impacting regulations. Here's the big one. House Committee on Financial Services is basically saying, look, we want the CFTC to be the primary jurisdiction over cryptos. That's big. That would mean cryptos would be classified as what, everyone? Commodities. That is awesome. So like Jeremy and others out there that are silver fans, you would be able to stack crypto like silver without having to worry about the messy securities-based stuff. Eleanor Tourette dropping some hot news. I'll have her Twitter information linked down below. She's probably one of the best out there. Says new Clarity Act just passed out of the House Ag GOP. That's the GOP-controlled House Ag Committee with a vote of 47-6 following a nearly 3-hour markup. Yes, baby, yes. Now, this is just subcommittee, okay? We still got to go to the full House. Could have some problems in there, but right now, 47-6, that is bipartisan support. Golf clap for that. What else do I got for you? She's bringing it on out. Well, we're talking about the CFTC. To close out the hearing, committee chairman John Boozman asked why the CFTC should regulate the spot crypto markets. Quintana says crypto is powerful, evolving tech, and basically a global computer that makes transparent commitments. He argued that the CFTC has the experience, tech, and talent to protect its customers and support innovation. Did the SEC protect us from anything? Did the SEC catch, I don't know, any of the Celsius? What about Sam Bankman-Greed, Do Kwon? No, they didn't. So let's give the CFTC a crack at it. Oh, the Shermanator. Yeah, the House Financial Service stuff. Dude, these hearings long. Look, this one's like 6 hours freaking long. That's why I didn't want to live stream it, because there's a lot of blah, 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 with some nuggets in there. I didn't want you to sit through the whole thing, so I'm going to do a condensed video tomorrow morning. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. All right, Bitcoin officially trades above 100,000 for 30 consecutive days. Okay, XRP, $2 floor. Bitcoin, $100,000 floor. How do you feel about those two numbers? And how do you feel about the Bitcoin support? Is there still enough upside, do you think, for players to keep getting into BTC? Pro-Bitcoin Scott Bessent emerges as candidate for the next chair. So Jerome Powell, when we tell you to go fuck yourself, maybe Scott Bessent will be sitting in that chair. Scott Bessent, we know who he is, right? He's the guy right now dealing with China in terms of trade negotiations. Scott Bessent, the current Treasury Secretary and a Bitcoin supporter, is being considered for a potential successor for Jerome Powell. That's reported by Bloomberg today. Breaking news, baby. Noting that his name has been floated by Trump's advisors. Ooh. Trump's shortlist also features seasoned economic policymakers such as Kevin Warsh, who has previously vetted for Treasury Secretary. Ooh. NEC Director Kevin Hassett, Fed Governor Christopher Waller, that wouldn't be a bad one, and ex-World Bank Chief David Malpass. I will pass on David Malpass. This is what they said. I had the best job in Washington, Bessent said. The president will decide who's best for the economy and the American people. If Bessent can knock out an awesome trade deal between the United States and China, well, then you know what? I'm thinking he'd be the front runner to take Jerome Powell's job. And who else would celebrate with me when Jerome frickin' leaves? I mean, come on. We might have to throw a separate live stream just to get rid of Jerome Powell. Speaking of live streams, tomorrow at like 8 a.m.-ish, somewhere around there, I do have something to do like super early, so it's going to be really close, like 8, 10, maybe somewhere around there. We're going to be doing CPI Day Live, baby. Join us for that one. All right, you asked for it, right? Because what was the question? Remember I said viewers' comments matter most? Well, Mark Balls, again, love the name, says, Klaus, June 11th is the deadline for Canary Capital HBAR ETF. Aw, shit. The SEC just bent us over. The SEC delays the decision. The SEC release has shown that the commission has delayed its decision on Canary Capital's HBAR ETF filing. This comes ahead of the second deadline, which is tomorrow. Great. They also delayed the decision on Grayscale's Polkadot ETF filing. The fourth and final deadline for the filing for that one is November 8th. So we got some time. Yeah, not cool, everyone. Okay, basically, both of the final deadlines are going to be November 7th and 8th for the Polkadot and the HBAR filings. They can delay it one more time. They have up to 4 times to do that. This is the SEC. Even though Gensler is gone, they still frickin' suck and they still delay everything. So thank you, SEC, for bending us over, Rover. By the way, here is the announcement for that regarding the HBAR ETF. It's all linked in the description below along with everything else. So you're welcome to read it. 6 pages long. They just basically talk about needing more time for comments. It's pretty freaking lame. All right, overall in the crypto market, volume is juicy. AF 150 billion last 24 hours, up 34%. Markets are starting to thaw, everyone. Little summer thaw. Look at the alts now, 30 out of 100 starting to move as well. You're starting to see the market cap overall for crypto moving. I like it. Institutional inflows, we're seeing that as well. Open interest. Oh, okay. Let's go to XRP price, where we keep fighting for that 230 level. Now, we're seeing other players on the screen kind of thaw. Look at ETH leading the charge here. Sol is making a move late in the day as well, but XRP has been fighting at that 230 mark. What does XRP need? XRP needs regs and something big. Would be nice to get a finalized decision from the SEC and, you know, the courts. That would be nice. But then again, remember, everything takes time in the United States. Los Estados Unidos. There, hopefully I said this right. So, what do we need for XRP? Something big. Something big to break us out of the funk. Because look at the 1 month chart, okay? Highs at 260, we saw a lot of selling from that. Then we got some lows like 205. So, I mean, you know, you got some good ranges there to buy and sell in. But this is kind of meh for the 1 month, right? Zoom out to the 1 year. I talked about Bitcoin hitting that 100,000 for 30 consecutive days. What about XRP maintaining very solid support levels above the $2 mark? Do you feel confident with the floor of XRP at $2? Do you still try to snipe XRP sub 2? Or are you like, oh, I don't know, bro. I might have to kind of zoom out to maybe 205, maybe 210. Let me know down below, because we're seeing a definite difference here with XRP versus the other cryptos, especially since the November action. Definite $2 seems to be the happy part. Now, don't get me wrong. We've dealt with Sunday Bloody Sunday quite a few weeks ago, probably a couple months ago. We've also seen some other times where XRP has broken that $2 support, but it bounces back right away. So, you saving your dry powder to snipe, or you looking for other things that could pop? Because we've been a little range bound in the friend zone, and we've seen whenever we do touch something juicy price-wise, the big's dumping on us. And that sucks. Just like the SEC delaying the ETFs yet again. So even without Gary Gensler, the SEC is back to their usual tricks of delay. Yeah, what's new? Like, for real, I hate the whole delaying for the comment period crap. Just, look, what do you need to know to make this stuff happen? Why do you wait to the last second to delay it? And why are you using all of your delays? It's like they just push this shit out just to give insiders a way to build up cash to get ready for it. Huh. That sounds about right for the SEC and our government. In terms of BTC being at 100,000 for quite some time, look, I think it's undeniable. We've seen BTC break that $100,000 floor, over the last several months, but it comes back. And in fact, BTC wants to keep touching the all-time highs. You should touch the subscribe button, by the way. It's free. Just help me out. So, that being said, what about XRP's floor support? Yeah, we break it. I know we break the $2 every so often, but it rebounds back. Does that make you more confident to go deeper into XRP, or are you going, I don't know, bro. I mean, we keep seeing the big screw with us. We keep seeing the institutions dump on us, and we keep seeing the manipulation. It's hard to say. I want to know how you feel about it. I share with you how I feel in these videos. I want to know how you feel. Now, Scott Bessent taking over Jerome Powell. Here's what I'll tell you. Couldn't be any worse, right? I mean, let's be real here. If Bessent comes up and does a really good job with this trade deal with China, he could easily be a front runner for that job. The problem is he's going to have to wait until 2026 because no, Trump cannot fire Jerome Powell. The Fed is a private organization. It would have to go through the courts. It would be messy. And guess what? In the United States, we can delay stuff. So yeah, we'd be probably doing that for a while. So there's your crypto news roundup. 3 in a day? Nice. Not even the post office delivers this often. So choo-choo what? Choo-choo biznachos. And over this shoulder, those are all PSA Pokemon slabs. PSA 10s, by the way. That's how we do it in this house. Just throwing it out there. It's not just baseball cards, it's Pokemon too. And, the juicy stuff up at the top. Yes, baby.